What up, y'all? It's James of P2F Fighting. Let's talk about it. We got a question from Paul D. Fisher. And you studied psychology and law. So this question's kind of interesting coming from you. This question is from My Martial Arts. It's a group on Quora where I'm a contributor. And the question is, what do you say to people who claim violence is always wrong? I have a lot to say to people who say violence is always wrong. Anyway, all right, Paul, today's your day. All right. So, what do people say? What do you say to people who claim violence is always wrong? Very bluntly, I'm going to say that's not correct. Uh, Violence is right often. So, I'm not going to say also I don't advocate violence because I do advocate violence in some situations. Um, People who say that violence is always wrong usually are classified in a few groups of people, okay? And so now I'm probably profiling a little bit, but it is what it is. A lot of people who say violence is always wrong are people who've never been in a fight ever, and people who've been in a bubble their whole lives. So doesn't have to be a rich bubble. It could just be an isolated bubble. So you get some folks who just they live in a small town, they know everybody, everybody's friendly all the time. The only arguments they have are talking arguments. No one's ever done anything serious, probably never been no crime in their area, their whole lives, maybe a little bit of stealing, something like that. But these people don't deal with violence of any kind. Uh Also, serious Christians, or not serious Christians, I'm sorry about that, because Muslims do too. Serious religious people. Yeah, religious people also are in this category. But, hmm, and also, uh, how can I say this without being mean? Motherfuckers who can't fight, people who are scared to fight, people who are scared to throw a punch, you know, instead of instead of just, being a little violent when they need to be. They rather turn the cheek when they get hit, and then they get hit in that other cheek when they turn it. So, oh, I'll turn this cheek. Oh no. Oh, now in the middle. Yeah, because you keep turning cheeks instead of fighting. So you get bullied. You get your lunch took every day, and you don't care. So you buy a second lunch and go hide and eat it somewhere. That's the life of a sucker, right? And so, but you might be in that category. Uh, so, I'm gonna tell you when I learned that violence was the answer. So I was a foster kid and from 10 years old to 21. And when I was small, when I was 10, I was the smallest and youngest kid who went into foster care. It's hard to go into foster care shelters at 10 years old. So I got bullied a lot. And I would go to the cafeteria in one of the shelters I was in. I'd go to the cafeteria with the other kids, get my food, sit down, try to eat it, and some bigger kid would come along and take my food, my milk, my biscuits, anything they could grab, like not like mashed potatoes or something that they would make a mess of, but if I have some cookies or cakes or biscuits or milk juice, applesauce, something in a container, they would just walk up, take it off my plate, and look at me like, "You don't want that, do you?" Or they would go, "You don't want that, do you?" and take it off my plate. Now, shelters are very much like prisons because there's a prison mentality. So at first, I was scared of the dudes that would do that to me. So I would say this too. Oh, violence isn't the answer. Just give them what they want and they'll go away. Nah, they didn't go away. They didn't go away. Matter of fact, it increased from them taking my food to them taking my toys and then to them just hurting me in general. You can't see this ear hole right here. I have an ear hole here. Well, I have four ear holes. I have two here and two here. But my first one was this one. You know how I got that? Saying stupid shit like this. Violence isn't the answer. Violence is always wrong. The same dudes that were taking my biscuits and applesauce and shit, taking my Tonka cars and my G.I. Joes and Transformers, decided one day to hold me down and push an earring through my ear to create an ear hole. Because I once said I wanted to get an earring someday because I thought I was trying to be cool with one of the big dudes and try to make him my friend. He had some earrings or something, and I was like, man, I'm gonna get one of those. All right, cool. We'll help you out, buddy. We're on your side. Okay. Then they came to my room, held me down, took a fucking stud and stuffed it through my fucking ear. Stuffed it right through. Ear got infected. I had to have a broom. They broke off a broomstick with the straw. They bought a broom, broke off the broomstick, stuck straw through my ear because I squeezed it, pus popped out, and I was in pain for a while. And at that point, I realized that I gotta do something violent as fuck to stop these dudes, or these dudes are just gonna keep doing shit to me, and there's nothing I can do about it. Well, I didn't move quick enough. And because I told on them for messing with my ear, they came back one night while I was asleep, trapped my hands, beat me up with closet poles, and threw me out of a window. So now I'm laying outside on the ground, hurt, can't move, no one knows I'm out there. I end up laying there in pain for I don't know how long till someone found me. At that point, it clicked. Something's got to change. Very next day, I went to eat, took my plastic fork, broke off three of the prongs, stuck it under the table, act like I was eating with the spoon. When that dude came to take my food, I took this and stabbed him in his fucking face. And from there on, I was stabbing people. I took a bowling ball, stuck it on top of my door. So when dude opened it, it hit him in his head, knocked him clean out. I hit a dude in the face with a brick. One guy walked down the steps. I kicked him from behind. He fell down the steps, broke his leg. I started going nuts on everybody. And you know what that did? They left me the hell alone from there on. So then I became from a docile little bitch to this crazy, crazy motherfucker that everyone need to leave alone. Oh man, he's small, but don't fuck with that guy. He's crazy as hell. He'll fucking kill you. That's what I wanted. I wanted them to think that. All I wanted was for people to leave me alone. I didn't want to be some kind of tough guy, but I had to do that shit so people would stop bullying me. Once I realized, man, if I hit somebody, they'll leave me alone. That's what I started to do from there on. I went to, when I moved 21 times, so I went to 10 foster homes, 11 shelters. In every shelter, I did that. Every shelter, but I did it quicker and quicker every time. So the first shelter, this is what happened, what I'm telling you. From there on, anytime I changed shelters, they will have this shit called initiation, where everybody will beat you up the first night just to see how tough you are. So I was ready every night. They come in the room and I'd have my pillowcase full of Tonka cars. And they would walk in, and in the old days, the Tonka cars weren't plastic; they were metal. I'd be swinging like Babe Ruth, like motherfucking Mark McGuire and Barry Bonds. I was swinging to the heavens, knocking motherfuckers out one by just like it was like a damn kung fu movie. They come through that door, I blast them in the head with that bag of Tonka cars. Like this happened every time I move. So from then on, I set the precedence right away. If you fuck with me, it's gonna be violent. The payback is gonna be violent, and you're gonna get hurt. If you leave me alone, I'll be cool. Violence was the way. Sometimes violence is the way. What are you gonna do when someone's picking on you? What I don't know. For people who say that, Paul, that you know, Were they the kind of person that got shoved in lockers? You know, what do you do when someone's taking stuff from you? What do you do when you see someone like this same person, if they have a kid and an adult comes and smacks their kid, are you going to stand there and do nothing? Because violence is wrong? You let your kid get smacked and look at you and daddy help me and you can't do no, violence is wrong. There are plenty of situations where violence is correct. And I advocate violence in all forms in those situations. Defend your mate, defend your children violently. I believe in that. Defend yourself. Now, I'm the kind of person that if I'm with a crew, I tend to let people mess with me more than my friends because I know that I have the ability to defend myself. So if somebody walks up to me, yeah, what you gonna do, punk ass punk, motherfucker punk? Ah, whatever, man. You tough, man. You're the man. You're the man. Go ahead. Just go ahead, man. I don't care. I don't got time for that shit. I don't got time to knock your chin off like I really want to. I got better things to do. But if I'm with a friend and they start messing with my friend, then I tend to get pretty angry. I don't like people messing with other people. I don't like bullies because of the experience I just told you about. And sometimes violence is the answer there too. And now of course, if I'm walking with if my friend is Jorge Masvidal, we're good. But if my friend is someone that's hella docile, that doesn't fight nobody and believes in this, then I'm probably going to get a little violent with them. But when you find somebody who says that, I'd be more interested in you getting more info from them and making another post about why they believe that. Have they been in fights? Have they been bullied? You know what I'm saying? Are they in a bubble where they never deal with these kind of things? Are they very religious? Are they just fucking weak motherfuckers? Are you a sheep instead of a wolf? Uh, you know, find out more if you can, because I'm very interested to know more about this. But anyway, I don't want to keep this to be super long. That's my opinion. Violence is right a lot of the time. So, uh, that's my opinion. Thanks for the question. Like and subscribe. Holla at your boy.